Going to do a review on the bikes after our first ride today. So we have 250 EXC, 350 EXC and the 500 EXC. This is Ryan, youngest son. Matthew, older son. Ryan's 16, Matthew's 18, and I'm 43. We've swapped these bikes. We had 70 millimeters of rain last night and yesterday and the day before, so the ground's quite loamy and the river's quite loamy to ride in. So we've all been swapping the bikes and we all got different opinions of. We've done straight riding out here of 40k straight ride on a gravel road, a bit wet here and there. We've also had we've come into this area. It's a two-wheel track, quite windy, quite tight, tree roots and a few little things, nothing too serious. And we've got behind us, this is in the river. We've actually got a hill climbs where it's quite wet, so it's a bit slimy, a bit thing. So we've tried. We'll give you, let the boys tell you their own opinions of it. But we've tried the downhill under braking. We've tried uphill with clutch work, no clutch work. Just the usual, what they feel like, what the engines feel like. So I own the 500, Matthew's is 350 and Ryan's is 250. Ryan's got a fair few years experience riding RMZ and a few RM85, so track bikes. Matthew's had CRF 250s and 250s, RMZs, all stuff. I've had a swagger bike, so I'll start with my opinion of the 500, which is my bike. Going over to it, these are all stock standard bikes. Only thing I've done to one because I'll put the bash guard, which they'll all get, but that's the only thing we bought for them. We've left them as the mirrors, we've left them as everything, just to get our first impression before we do anything to the bikes if we need be. We always modify our bikes, pipes, clutches, all the bullshit, but we're going to leave these bikes as they are to use them for what they are. First thing after owning, it's my first new KTM after, believe it or not, I've had a few second-hand ones, but first new ones. It's very smooth delivery. The bike's just, there's no aggression. You just roll it on. The bike's just, I'll come this way from the sun. The bikes just roll on. They don't take off. They're not in control like the YZ8. I just had an 18 YZ450. You just roll the throttle and it just, shit gets real. This here, you roll it on, it's just smooth. It just takes off, and then it just, about mid-range, it really performs. So it's quite very easy to ride. First impression the vibration has got a bit of vibration even compared to the Jap bikes, which I just thought is what it is, so I left it at that. The bike handles very good. If you lay it over and direction turn, it just turns. It doesn't want to fight you, it doesn't do anything, which is so I'm very impressed all around with that. My impression of the 350, it does what that does, but just a lesser amount. It rolls on, it feels like the same delivery of power, but it's just less. I feel the suspension's much the same at all, except for the weight a bit. Suspension's all very good on all of them. Very plush, very smooth. It hit a tree root, it does everything it's supposed to do. 350, yeah, it's very, very, very impressive. You got to work out what you want to do. The 250, it's very light. As soon as you take the bike off the stand, instantly you notice the weight difference. You notice it from that, then you notice a reduction in weight again from that. It's definitely noticeable as soon as you take it off the stand. All the bikes, just one touch of the button, they just fire up straight away. There's no difference there at all. The 250 I find, as soon as you get on it, the first thing you notice, there is no vibration, there is nothing. It's just dead smooth, the motor's smooth. It's just, you get on it and you're thinking, it's a pleasure. It's just, everything about it is smooth. That's smooth, this is the smoothest. It's just, boy, it's noticeable big time. With the 250, for me being every 90 odd kilos, it's got enough power. It definitely has enough power. Going down the hills, it's by far, it's quite braking. I need a bit more clutch to get back up the snotty hills, which is just 250, but it's still got plenty of torque. It's just the torque's right up, just really good. 350 torques up a bit easier. You still need a bit of clutch, so a bit of clutch up a hill, a bit less clutch, and 500 no clutch. Seriously, no clutch. It just goes up. So we've all done the same test this morning. We've all swapped over and done exactly the same test. A bit of high speed, you would have seen come around the corner there. So we started out slow on these tracks, just going slow, getting the feel for it, make sure we got no hazards. And then we've built up the speed to push the bikes to their limits, or not the limits, but to our limits this morning. Mind you, it was freezing cold this morning in North Queensland. We just had this rain and it was freezing this morning. It was 4 degrees and we've only just defrosted out. So, but first cleared up, we had to ride the new bikes. A lot of other things we're going to talk about later in other videos, but that's just our first impression. So take it over to Matthew and you tell them what your impressions are of everything.
I'll start with 250. I find the 250 is, like I said, a lot lighter. If you want to go through the trees, that's definitely your better option. It's just point and steer through the trees, lower speed. Whereas the 350, it's a lot more, bit higher speed, still goes through the trees really well. It's you can definitely point and shoot where you want to go. It just goes under power, take off, just wherever you want to go. It's already heading there. The 500 is a lot more high speed. I find it better, still really good through the trees, and then just that bit heavier, just tractors through the mud, doesn't slip, just hooks in. It's just really well high speed along this dirt. Going along the road coming in this morning, I found my bike as to be the best, the 350. I found it to be the best cruising along. Just felt the most comfortable for me and how I sit and how I ride. The 500 is also really good along the road. You can just sit there and you're not trying to find a comfy spot. You sit down, it's just already comfy. Handles the straighter roads very well. The 250 handles it really well as well. I'd say if I was getting a 250, I'd be looking more at tree work and up and down hills. And the 350 is definitely for everything. If you want to go fast, through the trees, slow, it'll be my bike to pick, which is why I picked it. I'll hand it over to you.
Well, I'll start with 250, same as Matthew. After having some experience with it, I have to say it's perfect. It's smooth, fast, power, just awesome. Going along these roads, it's easy to turn, like everyone's saying, it's light, it's got power. I'd have to say when we were going down the tracks, going down into the river, it was pretty good. The brake was easy, the clutch is soft, just good. Nothing better than it. I'd have to say, with the 350 though, probably not my type. Just the way sort of got more power. Definitely say it's a bit heavier, as everyone else is saying. So when you're going down the hill, you've got to put a bit more brake on, slide around a bit. Other than that, I would say it's just 250 scaled up as usual. With the 500 though, because I've been riding this most of the morning, heavy. For my standards, just heavy. It turns easy, but it's not as easy as the 250. Going down the hill, I've got to put in a fair bit of brake on from me because I'm a bit lighter. Just the power, I would say it's a bit too much for me, but as an average rider, I would stick with the 250. Although, this one is pretty fun to ride because of the power. You feel beast on it. And that's where my opinions.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so the other thing is, I just want to show us all. Matthew got a bit excited on the 500, but we've done probably 40 k's out to here, and we've probably been riding for an hour. Yep. And so, stand the bike up. This is our first ride. Fuel's about there. So that's 40 k's of fuel on the 250 and just poke it up and down hills. Look, we've rode out nice and slow this morning. We're doing 65 k's an hour, stopping and starting. So 250 is about the fuel there. So the boys got to bang the 500 because they just up it a bit, so I'm not going to say about that. So Matthew's fuel, look, it's just a smidgen, probably smidgen more. If you'd say we've all done much the same riding, like Matthew's probably a bit more heavy on the throttle and what we've been taking a bit conservative, so give or take. And the 500, so everyone's probably ridden this a bit higher speed, but it's the same spot. It's all the three bikes are in the same thing for the fuel economy. So we've done 40 k's, we've got 40 k's home. Do a bit more riding today, but got other things going on today, so which is fine. Plenty more time to do it. So the fuel economy is very good. I've had a WR450 in the past, and it had I think it was like an 8-litre tank or 7-litre tank. We couldn't get out to this river and home. It was just, it would run out of fuel. We'd have to bring fuel to this same spot. But we got more than enough fuel to ride here and home plus all day. It's this absolutely, really good on fuel. It's actually amazing. I can't fathom it after all the other bikes I've owned and how it still has the economy they have. I don't know if, whatever it is, they've done well. Now, for those people in America, these are, we're in Australia. We don't have the reeds that you speak of in the airbox. We don't have the thing in the exhaust, the O2 sensor. We don't need all that shit here. We haven't got that other thing that you talk about that does the fuel vapor stuff. We don't have any of that. So it's just that thing. But yeah, and the bikes are very pleasant on the ear. Like we've always run Pro Circuit, Yoshi's, all the loud shit. And straight away after we've noticed it today, you don't need the pipe. They just don't need the pipe, hey boys? It's just quiet and it just does it. You don't feel like you need to ask any more of it. It just
does everything perfect.
Just enjoyable, isn't it? Very enjoyable.
Very enjoyable.
And the way they start, it's
easy.
It's impressive.
Boom.
Like, just bang. Oh, hopefully it's in neutral. Yep. And they just start. Start all exactly the same. Like Matthew just sold an 18 CRF 250, fuel injected, electric start, and whine before they start. These things start instantly. We always found on the race bikes, if we flame out, you have to muck around, take a bit to get going. These things, they don't even flame out. Have you stalled yours?
No, not yet.
It's nothing. You don't stall it. It's just good. Whereas, I don't know if that's what they're for, with a bit more flywheel mass, but there's just no, like... I will say, engine-wise, listening to them audibly, the 500 just runs smooth. Just there's no engine rattle or anything like that. 350 has a bit of an engine rattle, just what it is. And the 250 has one, but the 500 has none yet. If I was going to have any complaints after riding those, the vibration under your feet and in your handlebars, you wouldn't even really notice it until you rode those and how non-existent it is, eh? It's just, there's none at all. That 250,
smooth,
just nothing. It's just an absolute pleasure to ride. So anyway, thanks for watching the review, if you've come this far and watched it. So yeah, we're going to do more videos. Matthew's going to be coming to and from for work for the next couple of months, so he may not be included in the sum, but doesn't mean we're not taking his bike. So yeah, so I'm on Thumburn Fishing on Instagram. Matthew's on
on Instagram,
Fordo, and Ryan's on it, but he doesn't know what it is just yet. He'll get on it.
Have one yet.
Yeah, so we're on Instagram. We do some fishing shit, but we're also we bought these bikes to do fishing on as well. We're gonna load up fishing gear on. We're gonna fish this river. There's lots of sooty grunter, a few bar in here. We're gonna just ride down along the sand. We're gonna get out and we're gonna fish. We're gonna use these bikes, what they're built for, and we're going to do it as a family thing. Rach can drive along in the wagon. Beers, Exc Swags. We're supposed to be camping on this week, but the rain come in. We're gonna be camping here. We've camped here before, this exact spot. And with bikes too, ages ago. So it's a good spot. Roll the swags out, light a fire. It's living. It's really good lifestyle. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So thanks very much, and that's it now. Over and out.